Hey guys, this is Some Lego Maniac with another custom minifigure video, and for this video we have like classic Link and Zelda. For the Link, I based this off of I believe it was like Skyward Sword, and as for Zelda, I based her appearance off of Twilight Princess. The reason why I decided to make like classic version of these characters and they're not from the same game because I've always wanted to make classic Link and Zelda. Zelda is a really cool franchise. The first game I ever played from Zelda is actually Breath of the Wild. My girlfriend introduced that to me when I first met her during the toy program. She let me borrow her Switch and show me the game because she thought that I will enjoy the game a lot because I like open world games, and if it's not obvious with Genshin Impact. So I decided to play it, and I instantly fell in love with the game. It's really good, and yeah, and I would love to 100% it one day if I have the time. So and I made like a Breath of the Wild figures. I never made a video on it. It was like a collaboration between me and my girlfriend. She posted on her Lego account that she made because she thought it would be fun. It just made me inspired to just like make classic ones just for myself. And in the future, I will make like Breath of the Wild, Link, and Zelda. I mean, I have the bases right here. I also have like the horses as well because I want to make their horses too. So, and I thought it would be really nice to have like the classic versions, like my favorite classic versions of these characters next with them. So yeah, so let's continue with the video. So here we have Link based off his appearance in Skyward Sword. I based this off like the Figma version mostly. There are like a lot of different like other classic Zelda versions, but I went with this one because I thought it looked cooler in my opinion. So starting from the top, this hair and hat is actually entirely sculpted by me from scratch. No Lego hair for the base this time because I want to move past that. The problem thing about using like Lego's hair as a base, it will just make it look more chunky. And so what I did, I first like sculpted a dome around it, and I made sure to put like Vaseline or chapstick around the head, so that way when it dries, the Procreate, I can easily like remove the hair in and out. So that's what I did. I mean, that's what I did for all my Genshin figures. All their hairs are sculpted from scratch, and Link was actually the perfect test subject. So you can see all the Procreate on the inside, and I tried to sculpt his hair the best of my ability, try and make it more anime-like. And I think I did a pretty good job there. It's really hard to sculpt hair, in my opinion, to try and get that organic shape. But I think anime hair is a little bit easier because you can get away with it making a little more spiky. I'm definitely trying to make Lego hair like more like how they would do, like a little bit more realistic. So you can see for like Lisa from Genshin Impact, for example, you can see the clear difference between the two. So yeah. And for the torso, it's just a green torso with like E-tape for the straps. Removing the sword and shield out of the way. The arms, I try my best to try and match Lego's green, and on camera it doesn't look too bad, but if you see it in person, you can kind of see the difference. I wish there was a better green that I can use, but all I did was just like try and mix the green with the best of my ability. The belt is also made from E-tape, and I also sculpted that with the buckle with Procreate. Same thing with the pouch back here. As for the sword sheath, this is actually all entirely sculpted. What I did, for the one half of the sheath, I laid it flat and I pressed the sword against it, and then once that dries, I put another piece of Procreate on top and let that dry. And once that was over, I removed the sword out because I didn't like cover this with like Vaseline, so that way I can easily remove it. I then carve away the edges, all the excess, and then I sand it, and then I sculpt over the holes. And I glued the sheath onto the back after I painted it. And so yeah, and so the sheath is actually fully functional. The problem is like it cannot go all the way because of this little bump here that kind of gets in the way, but it doesn't look too bad overall. As for the Master Sword and a Hylian shield, these are actually from WM Minifigs. Unfortunately, their site, they have to shut down their site because Lego sent them an email saying that they have to, which is very unfortunate because I think WM are one of the very few like knockoff Lego figure company who actually make a lot of high quality stuff. I have a bin full of all their knockoff minifigs. And then they're mostly like minifigs that Lego will never make. Like, and if you want some anime figures that have, and they also make their own molds as well, which is very creative. And if you want to get all those, or even like a few pieces from Marvel or DC, I might do a review on them at some point in the future, like all the stuff I got from them. And they're like $1 each, pretty much, for most of these figures. So I bought a bunch of their Zelda stuff. So I have a shit ton of these, like Hyrule, like Hylian Shield and Master Sword, and they're really good. If you still want to buy from them, I recommend going to their Instagram or emailing them. That's what I recommend that you do. Because I remember one time for the recent order I made, their PayPal wouldn't work, so I have to email them. And they were lucky enough to send me a different email that I can send the PayPal money to, and I was able to get them. So they have good customer service, unlike Minifig Cat. I think that was them, the one who's pretty much stole $9 from me because my order got lost and they didn't do jack shit to help, and they didn't respond to their email. So I highly recommend WM Minifigs, and you won't be disappointed. And as for the waist cape, it's just Cape Madness pretty much, and I just painted the boots. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Link. Very simple figure, but I'm really glad how he turned out. Zelda was a figure that took me a little bit a while to make. She took a long time because there's just so much detail to go over. So to go over the hair isn't entirely fully sculpted. This is actually, the Legolas hair. But what I did, I completely sanded off the back braid and I sculpted over it. And then I also sculpted like the braid and down here. I also like sculpted her tiara, of course, and then the front and the front bang as well. So that's pretty much it. And I fully painted the face. As for her torso, remove the sword out of the way. Sanded the curves of the torso, just like what I do for all my female figures, and I sculpted all like her necklace and all these ornaments here. I sculpted her shoulder pads, and I used fabric for like the cape here. This is the first time I ever used a minifigure with this type of dress, and I'm glad I did. I think this works very, very well for Zelda. And so yeah, I'm glad that I bought like a white version of this because it just works. It works so much. And even though I prefer having my minifigures, with having their legs showing, have like movable legs and maybe do like a fabric cape, I don't know if this would have worked well for Zelda. I think having this like droopy cape pattern just works very well, and it's just accurate. So I'm glad I was able to use this. I'll probably use more of this type of leg in the future. And I had to paint all these little like gray details here, so that was very, very tedious. But hey, this was the figure I started way before I started my Genshin figures, so it was a good practice because my Genshin figures have so much like the little details that I have to incorporate. And as for the sword, this is just like, I believe this is like a brick arm sword that I sculpted over this to make sure it looks accurate, and then I have to carve it and sand it, and I just paint it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Twilight Princess Zelda. And I really like how she looks. And we can conclude this video. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram because I'll post a lot of work in progress there. I'm more active there. And go follow my Twitch channel as well. Link will be in the description below. So whenever I stream, just chatting, playing games, or doing custom minifigs, maybe I'll do that in the future. I'll plan for that at some point. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.